what it means to be an American. America is freedom, and freedom is special and rare.
We, the people of this great nation.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We, the people.
We, the people
of this great nation.
of this great nation.
Good morning, my fellow Americans. So today's topic is going to be one that is, it seems to be a trending thing right now, which is riding with Biden. But I call it more like hiding with Biden. It's very simple. So they're putting a lid on him once again because the debate is, of course, this Thursday. So this is the theory that I've come up with. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just becoming a conspiracy theorist. I don't know.
Come on, man.
But this is what I think is happening. What I think is happening is that they're basically changing his schedule. You know, because when a person has dementia and Alzheimer's, I have personal experience with this because I've had family members that actually have dementia and they've suffered from this. So, and Alzheimer's, they have their good times. And it's usually when they wake up in the morning. So what I'm thinking they're doing is they're changing his schedule, his sleep schedule, and they're giving him as much rest as humanly possible. So when he goes in there nice, perfect, and ready to debate. Now, this is what I'm expecting from the moderator. I'm expecting the moderator to be completely biased, completely
Racist.
and much, much more. They're going to definitely continue to ask Donald Trump the same question. Do you condemn white supremacy? Do you condemn QAnon? Do you condemn this? Do you condemn that? But they will not ask Joe Biden whether he condemns Antifa, who is destroying our streets. We all see it on TV. It's no lie. I mean, it's not a pretend hoax or created a conspiracy theory. Antifa's out there. They're doing destruction. They're hurting innocent people. They're looting stores. They're destroying private property, and nobody is doing anything about it. But this is where we've come. This is where we've come, that people have such a giant hate for a presidential candidate that they're willing to disregard chaos, complete anarchy, and they don't care. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 3 times. A vote for Biden is a vote against American values, against America. Donald Trump can have all the flaws in the world. He's not the most presidential person, but I didn't vote for Donald Trump because he was presidential. I voted for Donald Trump because he was quite the opposite. He wasn't a politician. I wanted somebody that was outside of the realm of politics. I wanted something different. And that's exactly what we got. And in return, look at what we got. Great foreign policy, a better America, an America that's profitable, an America that's profitable for all Americans. As a matter of fact, statistically, Donald Trump's done more for minorities and the middle class than he's done for the actual rich people in this country. People don't realize that. There's actually statistics that show that in the last 3.5 years, people have maintained the wealthy, the 1%. The 1%'s wealth has kind of maintained at its same level, whereas the average household now has an extra $6,500 in their pocket every year thanks to his tax cuts. Let's not talk about military. Now, I had an interesting conversation during my stream. I do stream on twitch.tv, the Republican Nation, where you can actually see me streaming live. And I had an interesting call. I normally don't get calls on when I'm streaming live. It's usually people talking to me, and then I'll react or they'll ask me a question, I'll respond, and vice versa. But this time somebody actually wanted to call in my call line, so I went ahead and I took in the call. Apparently this guy claims, and this is a claim because I can't confirm nor deny it, but apparently he claims that he worked for The Apprentice, that he was a sound guy for The Apprentice. And of course, he continued to tell me that Donald Trump was the worst person ever, and that he was
Racist.
and of course, and that he's constantly was talking about
Racist.
So that is what he kept mentioning to me. It seems like the race card keeps getting tossed around, right? And it seems to be it's something that comes more from, I would say, the left than I would actually say that it comes from the right. But they keep using that card. That seems to be the only card they've got, so that's what they use. Um, I think that that's just the attack that they're going to continuously be using against us. And if you vote for Trump, you're basically a racist. That's what pretty much everybody's whole look on this whole thing is, that Republicans are racist and the Democrats are the ones that are not racist. But let me ask you this question: who are the ones that are constantly coming up with the racist card? If you keep mentioning enough, you keep mentioning a specific subject so much, you start to assume that the person that keeps talking about it happens to be the person that's reflecting on what their beliefs are. Now, let's not forget. Let me give you a history lesson on why the Democratic Party is so full of shit. Um, to begin with, everybody, there's this little theory that somewhere along the line, the Democrats were really the Republican Party, and it was just switched over. That is completely and utterly false. Okay, only one senator has gone from Democrat to Republican, during the period and I forgot his name, but in the last 60 years, only one Democrat deflected, meaning nothing's changed. We're still the party of the people. We're the party that gave women the right to vote. We're the party that, well, we didn't give it to them. They deserved it. They rightfully deserved it, but we voted for it. And who do you think opposed that? The Democrats. So this is what we're at in this country. Um, do I think that we're ever not going to be divided? Not with a president like Trump. And it's simple, because Trump is he's unlike anything this country's ever seen, and he's unlike anything the media's ever experienced. But ask yourself something: if everyone, big tech, the Hollywood elites, everyone that does not give a flying fuck about us, hates him and wants him gone, he must be doing something right. There's an old saying: when you got haters, you're doing something right. And he's got a lot of haters, and the haters that he has are the top of the food chain. It's not being endorsed by these rich big tech companies that are censoring the Republicans. Oh no, those people are supporting Joe Biden. I mean, as a matter of fact, today 50 Cent actually tweeted something out when he saw the taxes on Joe Biden's his tax plan. He was like, "Hell no, I'm voting for Trump." When he saw those 62% tax raises and all this stuff, he was like, "There's no humanly way that I'll vote for Joe Biden. I don't care if Donald Trump hates black people." When in reality, he doesn't hate black people. A person that spends the majority of the 80s hanging out with civil rights activists, I highly doubt, and donating money to them, may I add, I highly doubt that person is a racist. I mean, that's one of those, come on, man, moments. And I'm gonna tell you something. Donald Trump, um, Donald Trump has done more for the black community than Barack Obama did. And he was, and then I asked a question one time to somebody who was a happened to be an African American supporter of Barack Obama, and asked him, "What did he give you guys, really? Like, what did he really give you?" And he looked at me and he tells me, "Hope." And I was like, "Hope? Like, seriously? The fuck does hope do for you? Hope doesn't do anything if it doesn't come with action." Again, BLM, the BLM movement began during Obama's administration, not during Donald Trump's administration. The killings in Chicago rose during Obama's administration. And let's not forget that if you look at all the chaotic areas where all of this negative stuff is happening, where is it happening in? Democratically ran cities. Now, everybody can say, oh, this guy's a hardcore conservative. This guy doesn't have. I'm quite the opposite. I actually have quite the open mind. I'm actually very open minded on my platform on Twitch. It's mainly a liberal platform. I'm probably one of few Republicans that are there. And I give everybody an equal platform. I believe in the First Amendment right. I stand by the First Amendment right. And um, I let everybody speak their mind. But I fact check them. I'll fact check them all day long because that's what I do. I'm not gonna let people just say someone is, um, a racist or, I mean, or or just make false accusations without being able to back it up. That's not the way it works. The reality is, there's a lot of things going on in this country, but Donald Trump is not to blame for everything. It seems like the finger's always pointed on Trump. No matter what happens, it's Donald Trump's fault. And he continuously keeps proving them wrong. He's more energetic now. Let me tell you something for those of you who are doubting that he's going to win the election. Today I drove by one of the voting polls here in Florida where I live, and the lines were about 2 blocks long, and everybody was wearing Trump gear. There might have been a few Biden supporters there, but I can tell you for the most part, if it's based on what I saw, and this is what's happening all over the swing states that matter for the Electoral College, I see Donald Trump winning by a landslide. And the fact that everybody's just disregarding what happened with Hunter Biden is just, it should have disqualified Joe Biden right off the bat. Because no matter what people are saying, these are the facts. Okay? Hunter Biden did receive money from these foreign countries. His dad was vice president when it happened, and Fox News was able to collaborate. One of the people that were actually in the email said that was a valid email, so it's been confirmed. So this just tells me one thing: Joe Biden is a traitor. Joe Biden betrayed his country to enrich his own family.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic
tells me that Joe Biden is a crook and a criminal. And when you have the facts behind you, and there's no denying it. He doesn't even deny the emails are Hunter Biden's emails. Now, granted, I was against the fact that they went ahead and they showed pictures of Hunter Biden because I'm actually a little bit sympathetic for that. I'm a little sympathetic towards that because I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like those type of things because I think that people that suffer from drug use and stuff like that, it's really it's a sad thing to have to go through, and I don't like it being exposed like that. But the fact that those pictures were exposed shows more validity on the actual hard drive because it's pictures people have never seen and would only be in the laptop of someone who owned the laptop. I mean, those pictures will only be in the property of somebody who owned the laptop. That being said, a lot of things are concerning Americans. I think the debate is going to be interesting. I think Donald Trump, after seeing, he's kind of a creature that evolves very well. I think that after everything he saw, I think that he's going to strategically handle it differently. I think the moderators will not ask about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden's. I mean, they already removed the foreign policy talks, so we obviously know what they're planning on doing. But I think Trump is going to press on that. He's probably going to end up triggering, because it seems like Biden gets easily triggered when it comes to his kids. Even though I know one of his kids unfortunately died from cancer, but he's very sensitive when it comes to his son. So I think if Donald Trump strikes the right way and asks the right question, it'll put him out there, and we might get actually an answer. Again, Another thing that I needed to get off my chest. For some reason, the Democrats keep running on this packing the courts, packing the courts, packing the courts. The Donald Trump is packing the courts. That is not packing the courts. Okay, packing the courts is right now we have 9 Supreme. Well, what Donald Trump is doing is filling a vacant seat in the Supreme Court. We all know RGB died, and it's his constitutional duty, since he is president of the United States, to fill in the vacancy. Packing the court would be adding more Supreme Court justices. Instead of having 9, having 12, for example. That would be packing the courts. And let's not forget, the reason that he's been able to put in so many court officials and judges is because Obama didn't. There was a lot of vacancies, and he happened to fill them in. He did his job, his constitutional duty. Donald Trump doesn't stop working. Donald Trump is working around the clock. Joe Biden hides, sleeps, and rests while Donald Trump is all over the United States trying to.
We will make America great again.
That is what he's trying to do. That is exactly what he's trying to do. He's out there, man. He's out there, and he's fighting the good fight. And those of you who can't see it,
come on, man.
It's obvious. Come on. It's really obvious. So my main thing is what's really irritating me is something that's been irritating me so much, but it's been happening so often that it's something that's just, it's common practice, and I'm so used to it already that it's just like whatever. But the double standard. I mean, literally, I was reading an article earlier today, and I actually saw that John Leguizamo, the actor that and comedian, which I never found to be funny, but whatever, said that whatever Latino votes for Donald Trump is like a cockroach that needs to be sprayed with Raid. I found that to be extremely, extremely insulting. Extremely insulting, considering I'm a Hispanic and I am voting for Donald Trump. Well, I've already casted my vote for Donald Trump. But I found that to be so disgusting. And this is where we're at in this country. This is where we're at in this country, that it's now something bad to vote for your political party. And if you disagree, you'll be ridiculed. If you stand up for what you believe in, you'll be attacked. If you wear a hat in the wrong place, you'll be hit, or you'll be attacked, or you'll be verbally attacked, or you'll actually be physically attacked. This isn't America. This isn't what America stands for. And believe me, this chaos that we're seeing right now in the streets with Antifa, if you don't want this to end up in your front door, I highly suggest you vote for Trump. If you're on the fence on whether or not to vote for Donald Trump or to vote for Joe Biden, don't vote based on emotion. Vote based on what's the best interest for your family, what's in the best interest for your family, and what's in the best interest for your country. And the answer is President Donald J. Trump. It's that simple. And I'm not just saying that to just say that because I'm a Trump supporter. I'll be honest with you. I was a Rand Paul supporter at first. And then, and only then, after I started seeing the policies and what he was bringing up, I was like, wait a second. This guy's bringing up a lot of things that have been on my mind, but I've never heard a politician say it. And I gained a liking for his policies and what he stood for, and I saw that he was very transparent. And I voted for him, and I was one of his supporters. I was a strong supporter. In 2016, everybody kept telling me, you're crazy, he's never going to win the presidency. Well, he took it. And I am predicting today, I am telling you live, today, I am predicting that Donald J. Trump will win the re-election. Guaranteed, and it's not going to be a close race as they're saying. He is going to win by a landslide. Key factors into this is the way the Democrats have shown their true colors. Americans are not stupid. They see right through that. Another reason I think is the BLM movement. I think at first it had traction. I think at first people felt the pain. But then as it started becoming looting and rioting and it never stopped, now people are starting to like back off, and now they're starting to see, wait a second, this is not any this isn't about George Floyd anymore. This is about something else. And just all the lies and the fact that they're ignoring the Hunter Biden situation, but yet um we now know that the FBI had Hunter Biden's laptop during the time that Donald Trump was being impeached for a Ukraine call where he mentions Hunter Biden or Joe Biden, and he mentions you should look into that for the American people. I find it appalling that the FBI, knowing that this president was asking a pretty logical question, if the previous sitting vice president was involved in some sort of corruption while he was vice president, and the FBI knew about it and didn't even release the information. And then you have Shifty Schiff, who I cannot stand. Oh my God, this guy he looks like a Artificial Intelligence, the movie Artificial Intelligence. He looks like Jude Law from Artificial Intelligence, just not with the good looks. He looks fake. He looks like a robot. The guy's full of shit. He's already saying it's Russia, Russia, Russia. These people have such an obsession with Russia when Russia's not even the threat. Russia is not even the real threat. The real threat is China. It's very simple. China is the threat. They are the ones that want global domination. They're the ones that are controlling, taking manufacturing jobs from the US. They're the ones that are becoming the superpower of the world. Russia's not a threat. Are they meddling with our elections? Probably. China's doing the same thing for Joe Biden. I mean, this happens all the time. The US does it too. We meddle in other people's elections as well. Where's this world coming to? I read on the paper today that in Chile, they're burning down churches. Groups such as Antifa are burning down churches as we speak. So what's happening to our freedom of religion? To practice our own religious beliefs. This is, our country reflects, we lead by example. Our country leads by example. So the world is watching what's going on in the US and they're reacting to it. And that's a problem. And that's why I took an initiative with my buddy from the Dominican Republic, and I went ahead and I endorsed Donald Trump with my buddy at the Dominican Republic at the Capitol. For that exact reason, I wanted people to see that other countries support Donald Trump, that other countries see what Donald Trump does and what they could bring to the table. They asked me in an interview. They asked me simple. Why would you endorse? Why would your friend endorse? You and him join forces to endorse Donald Trump in the Dominican Republic. And my simple answer was, so you guys can lead by example. So you could follow our lead. I'm sorry. I said follow our lead. If you find a president that's like Donald Trump that puts your country first and your people first, there's no end to your success. And that's what Donald Trump does. He puts America first. And that's extremely important to me. I've always seen politicians put other countries ahead of us. I've never disavowed, I've never said that any president hasn't been my president, even though I disagreed with whatever political views. But, I mean, the left is out of control. The people have not accepted the 2016 elections. They're not going to accept the 2020 elections. They're going to yell and they're going to cry and they're going to scream and they're going to call fraud and they're going to take it to the Supreme Court. They're going to cause havoc because they don't care. They don't care who it affects. And that is sad. That's sad when we live in a country that's like that. But it is what it is, and this is the hand that we've been dealt. And we all just got to stay vigilant. We got to go out there. We got to vote for our president. We got to stay positive. We got to stay optimistic. Don't follow those polls. They're very inaccurate. A lot of people don't say who they're voting for. A lot of people are not outspoken. You just got to look at the rallies, the momentum. You think people are sitting home watching all these streets getting burned to a crisp, and they're not like, wait a second. Under Joe Biden, they're just going to allow this to continue to happen. Donald Trump has proven himself through actions. Is he a racist? I don't know. He said he's not. I'll take his word for it. I don't know for a fact. I mean, I don't know him personally, but his actions have shown me he's not. He's helped the black community more than any other president has. Opportunity zones, funding for black colleges, historical black colleges, lowest unemployment rate for Hispanics and blacks. Actions speak louder than words. Just remember, and I'm not trying to change anybody's mind because I know for the most part, most people's minds are already made up. But people should not vote based on emotion. You should vote on what's in the best interest of your family and your country. You can love, you can hate Donald Trump, but don't vote against him just because you don't like him as a person. Because at the end of the day, it's the policies and what he does while he's in office that matters. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. I love my audience. I love all you guys out there. I love all you patriots, Democrats, Republicans, all you guys across the board. I love you all. You guys are amazing people. At the end of the day, politics are politics, but we all got to learn to accept everyone's opinions and love each other. Just as human beings, we just got to love each other. I'll leave it with that, guys. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless this beautiful country we call America. Have a good night.